Right then, so it's the RBNZ tonight. Um, the bias is very much to the upside on a relatively hawkish outcome, considering the bird has been anchored by yesterday's dovish RBA outcome. The Kiwi has not been able to benefit relatively in comparison to its European counterparts on dollar weakness and soft yields, with a risk on appetite on Wall Street today, down to the fact that the RBA is signaling very clear that that they've done enough for now. If there are to be more rate hikes, they're going to be at a slower pace, and that has led to the expectation in markets that essentially we're going to hear the same from the RBNZ today. So if we do get a more hawkish outcome, then you'd expect that pent-up demand for the bird to shine through and for a parabolic move to 58 and beyond, as per what I've drawn out here. Now, as per Stacey Burke's strategy, and I'd add that I'm studying this, I'm not an expert in it, and I'm not trading it live. I'm practicing the methodology and learning as I go, making many a mistake on demo account. But as per his strategy, I would say that we're in day 3 of the week, but we're also day 3 of the what would you call it, the day count in terms of money flow. So we've got a V peak formation down here. So this is day 1, and we've had day 2 on Tuesday, higher highs, higher close. And day 3 would be a continuation, would it not? That's what I've learnt. That's what I've gauged. Well, that's what I've gauged. But that's what I have understood from his teachings so far. I might be wrong in that. And this is where it gets a bit confusing, because if we go back to here, we would say that this was day 1, a reset, big rally, and then day 2 took out the highs, or not. No, we didn't, did we? So day 1, it was inside day on day 2, and then day 3, great. So day 1, day 2, day 3, new high, break of trend, break of structure. That was the entry. Bosh. So that's the day 1, day 2, day 3 setup. Are we seeing the same here? So we've got day 1, right? Day 2 was a, what do you call it? Give me a second. Yeah, so day 1, day 2, and then today we want to see a higher high, and then the sell-off. The sell-off to take out this area below. We've got 56 on the radar. So we're going to be looking for a peak formation for the high of the week. Calculation capitulation. Never say that word right. Capitulation to the downside. That's the thesis. So what would that take then? I mean, if the RBA was anything to go by, look at the RBA, the reaction in the market to the RBA yesterday. So we had a dovish RBA, so the Aussie collapsed, only to find buyers to take it right up into here, and then to be sold off again. To meet the Asian lows in London, and then for it to move back up. So, where is the reasoning in that price action? What was the Aussie doing, rallying back up, other than manipulation to take out money for the high of the week, for a move lower for the rest of the week, potentially, right? So peak formation day 1, day 2, coming back in and grind higher, 3 levels of rise, tap into 65.50 to lock in the high, and then down the elevator we go. So in conclusion, expect volatility around New Zealand dollar and around the RBNZ in the New Zealand dollar, with a bias. What am I doing? With a bias, day 3 sell-off. Unless, of course, there is an uber hawker hawkish bias for a continuation and a significant correction of the daily bearish impulse. All of this wiped out. So a continuation of this W formation, W formation in formation, right? So up into here for a continuation higher. Or we're going to see the currency whipsawed up and down. For homing in on potentially the lows. And in doing so, completing a 3 levels of rise over 3 days as per Stacey Burke's strategy. I think I've got that right.